needed investors this year because we're behind the scenes very confident we cannot make our money back on the event. We will be lucky to break even.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Slot Meal video. Unfortunately, I'm still very sick, so I apologise for that, but I had to make a slot video today because I honestly thought that the iDubbbz and Anisa and Creator Clash situation had slowly started to fizzle out, but I guess I was very wrong. Now, surprisingly, the first thing I actually want to go over is the hook of the video, is this brand new Wade Plem video that he released on Creator Clash. Now, in this video, Wade reveals that after he released his video, him and Anisa actually had a dialogue in DMs, and it is genuinely shockingly funny what Anisa says to him in DMs and the things that she reveals. You're gonna see exactly why I've pushed through my illness to cover this, because it is genuinely hilarious.
Just another question, just because I was a little concerned with the messaging for this third one and how everything is so vague around like what is happening, where money's going, and why no one can get really a straight answer on anything, although it seems like there is more of a straight answer now. I'm going to
tell you something, right? If the straight answer is coming from Anisa, I don't buy it for 1 second. She is a known liar. The whole past couple of events have been shrouded in lies. Take this clip from a Dr. Mike interview with Philip DeFranco, where he actually speaks about the event and what the fighters were paid and how the charity event was laid out. It is completely different to what other people have been saying about Creator Clash 1.
The positive, because iDubbbz very much a man of his word, with him prior to the event saying he wanted this event to be different, saying that the creators involved wanted to show respect to the sport, take it seriously and train, saying that it wouldn't be as cloud or money driven as previous influencer
No, the iDubbbz didn't take it seriously, barely trained, he stunk up the gym, and as well, on top of that, it turns out that Creator Clash might be a little bit more money hungry than everyone first thought.
The people that were training pay for their training out of pocket?
So the way that the event is organized is 75% of the profits of the event itself will go to the causes that Ian designated, the American Heart Association, the Alzheimer's.
Will it? Because this is the first I'm hearing of this, and I've got to thank Nicholas Diorio for actually going over this on stream, otherwise I would have no idea that this is something that Dr. Mike said to Philip DeFranco several years ago when Creator Clash 1 took place, because this isn't what everybody else was saying. Some people were saying that this was all the money from this event went to charity, that that's what's being raised, but here Dr. Mike is saying something entirely different.
Association. There's a horse equine animal therapy one that he selected, and then each fighter as well gets $20,000 to train.
I mean, we had heard figures like $15,000, not $20,000. So what's all this about? Again, there is zero transparency, zero communication, and everybody that has been fighting on Creator Clash 1, Creator Clash 2, and now Creator Clash 3 have said different things about what they're being paid, about the event as a whole. You can't trust anything that is coming out from about Creator Clash.
Used for travel, etc., etc. Plus, there's a small back-end fee that you also get from the numbers. I think it was like 25%.
So with all due respect, Wade, whatever transparency that Anisa has lightened upon you within DMs, I simply do not buy it. There is always another motive, there's a possibility that she is lying, and even if she is telling the truth, why would anyone believe her at this point? She is a known liar. All of them are known liars.
That I'm having it explained, and also now that everything is kind of coming out to the public anyway, but I simply just said, last thing, I'm just curious, why did they separate the charity from the event when people left? All right, I guess at this point it needs to be communicated that I'm speaking to Anisa.
And I think it's very obvious why they did the GoFundMe, Tiltify, whatever link instead of making it an actual charity event. If you can really call Creator Clash in its entirety an actual charity event whatsoever, because I really wouldn't at this point. It's a quote-unquote charity event. It's because they had zero faith in this making any money back or any money actually going to charity. So this is there to say, look, we did something.
You're like, it's not a crazy thing. From what I understand, no one that buys a ticket or the pay-per-view is actually paying for a percentage to go to the charity. Instead, it's a different fundraiser. That was something I didn't understand because they're still calling it a charity event with none of the actual money going to the charity.
Because it's not a charity event, it's a for-profit boxing event with a charity link plastered there that you can if you want to, you don't have to, because all the money of the day is going to Creator Clash and anybody that is working there. It isn't going to charity anymore, it's not a charity boxing event. And Anisa is about to give the most cope answer you've ever heard, and an answer that iDubbbz and loads of other people have been echoing that are on their side.
Unless I'm misunderstanding how it works. And they said yes, so traditionally charity events, most, if you look up popular models, are done this way. Okay.
For one, the overwhelming majority of those events won't call themselves charity events. They will say that this event has a charity aspect that you can donate to if you would like to. There would be more transparency there. Secondly, if other companies were doing this, they wouldn't have all their promotion be around the fact that this is a sole charity event and have people coming out saying that, yeah, all your money is going to charity, because that's simply not the case. That's not what's happening whatsoever. So no, this is not a regular business model. This is not something that happens, because it is entirely different if another company does it, because they usually disclose what the fuck they're doing. Also on that, these events that are like that might call themselves charity events, always usually as well take a portion of the ticket sales that then go towards charity. They will of course take a little bit of a percentage from the sales of the event, but then a bit of it also goes to charity. That's something that's also disclosed, unlike Creator Clash. That's not something that was made clear, and all the fighters seem to be really incoherent about it and different about it. A lot of people went under the pretense that this is a full charity event, not that it's just an event for profit with a link.
I didn't know that, right? I don't know traditional charity events or how they're funded or how they make money or who makes the money or how they end up, giving money to charity. I don't know that. I always thought that when you went to a charity event or you did something for charity, the people that donated to said event or to said cause by buying a ticket to the event, by buying a ticket to a raffle, or by bidding on something at an auction.
A charity auction is there to raise money for charity. In some cases, they might take a small percentage for fees and workers and other things, of course, but the large majority is there to raise money for charity. The same with actual charity events. That's exactly the controversy at hand here, Wade.
That money ended up going to charity because I just thought that's how it worked. If that's not the case, then that's on me. I didn't know that. The event itself is for profit, but there's a charity partner, and fundraising around the event and during it encourages people to donate. You
can't call yourself a charity event if the extent of the charity work you're doing for the event is telling people to click a link and to donate. That no, you don't have to if you don't want to. You don't even have to watch the event. You can just donate if you'd like to. That's not a charity event. I can go and donate to a random charity, a random Stand Up to Cancer charity or whatever right now, but that doesn't mean that you influence me to go do it. That's basically what you're doing right now. It goes back to, Hassan reacting to this content nuke that Ethan Klein had made. Yes, it's going through the Tiltify link. It was to raise money for charity, but it's not in the name of Creator Clash. It's not an actual thing that Creator Clash helped with or did. It's not the event. It's just Hassan has put that link there that is tied to Creator Clash for people to go and donate. That's not something that Creator Clash did. That's not something Anisa or iDubbbz did. That's something that a content drama did. Like, it's completely different.
If they pirate or don't want to watch. And again, I get it. Like, pay-per-view is a dying model in the combat sports business, and pirating is a massive issue across every single combat sport. It's no secret that people pirate events. Like, it's bad.
This was also one of their huge copes as well for Creator Clash 2, that Creator Clash 2 failed so catastrophically, not because of their own actions, not because of the overpriced galas, the fact they were 500k in the hole, but because of piracy.
But I do honestly wonder how many people who bought it the first year saw people tweeting, and, tweeting irresponsibly, to be honest, without all the information about.
Still, though, I don't think people care enough about it maybe justifies in their mind a little bit more to do the pirating.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
3 million, they estimated it was 3 million people pirated the event.
Well, 1.3 or
1.3 to 3 million, I think, was the
But yeah, Anisa, that's exactly why the events failed. Not because you've outrageously spent elsewhere, thrown these expensive galas, flown people out, hired a bloody hotel for all of this stuff. No, it can't be because of that. It's because every single person that could have possibly been watching this event just decided to pirate it. It's completely their fault. Because Anisa, what did you say about this event? What did you say you did and, everyone else did for this event?
We did everything we could right, and we cared, and I felt like we provided a fantastic product.
No, it couldn't be possibly you or iDubbbz's fault. It couldn't be anything there. It couldn't be the overpriced stuff that you were paying for, how badly in the hole you were with this event. No. Zero accountability to be taken there. By the way, these are the same people that told Ethan Klein to take some accountability.
The UFC has a card this Saturday that I can almost guarantee is going to be pirated by the 12 or 13 to 30 mark. A lot of people that understand how to use the internet are just going to bypass any paywall to get the content they want because it's easier and it's cheaper and it works. They said we switched to a charity format for 2 reasons. One, and the biggest reason in my opinion, the event isn't a moneymaker.
Anisa, I've got to ask, right? If you and iDubbbz didn't think this event would be a moneymaker whatsoever, under any pretext, in like any context, whatever, why would you do the event? Why would you do a third Creator Clash after you saw the catastrophic failure which was Creator Clash 2? Why would you then go, yeah, I don't think this event's going to make any money, it's not really a money maker, but I'm going to do this event anyway?
Clearly with pirating and the slow decline in interest in YouTube boxing, fair.
Still using this piracy excuse? No, I don't think it's that. Yeah, people are probably going to pirate, people did probably pirate for Creator Clash 2, 100%, but you can't put all the faults of these events onto that. That is completely unfair, and if you know that the interest in YouTube boxing is dying down, and that nobody gives a fuck anymore, why are you doing the event? This is something you should take into consideration and go, okay, if Creator Clash 2 failed when the interest for creator boxing was there, why would we do it again when it isn't there?
We knew if we kept the format the same, we weren't going to guarantee any money for charity. This shelters the charity and ensures they are the #1 priority.
But again, Anisa, the charity isn't actually the main priority, is it, whatsoever? It's a for-profit event. The charity doesn't come into play whatsoever, bar the fact there's a Tiltify link that you can go and donate to charity if you want to.
Rather than waiting on us to break even to see if we can get any money.
And I'm stopping this a lot at the moment, but Anisa is just chatting absolute bollocks at the moment. If you didn't think that it would be possible to make money from this event, or that was a question that you were weighing up in your head, that's a sign that tells you not to do Creator Clash 3, not to do this event, but you went ahead with it anyway.
So, second reason we needed investors this year because we're behind the scenes very confident we cannot make our money back on the event. We will be lucky to break even.
We'd be lucky to break even. We're not going to make our money back. Why would you continue doing this event? Why would you do this event in the first place? This screams to me the clip of iDubbbz from his most recent concern trolling video where he says this.
It was revealed with the change of ownership that Anisa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing.
Why would you do this event? That is genuinely my question, and I don't think we'll ever get an answer to that because these people are absolutely insane. That is a genuine question. That is the only question that I'm currently asking in this moment. There are 1,000 other questions I could be asking to do with Creator Clash, but the biggest one should be, why would you do this if this was all the things that you were thinking at the time? It makes zero sense.
Investors were willing to invest for exposure in the hopes that maybe in a few years anti-pirating would get better or interest would pick up. Investors are willing to take that risk. We can't. We aren't rich like that. We can't soak another $250,000 loss.
Then don't do the event. It is pretty simple. If you don't want to deal with all that, if you're worried that this event won't make any money back, then don't do the event in the first place. That is down to you. All of the issues to this event are down to you and iDubbbz. This is your fault. I don't know why we're still talking about bloody piracy. To end this video on a more positive note, Anisa made a tweet saying that her and iDubbbz had been out to dinner, and I quote tweeted it with the video where Coach Mike says that Anisa walked up to Ian and told him when to eat when he was hungry or whatever, and then I said that I bet you did the same here, and she instantly blocked me. It was within about 10 minutes. She was very, very rapid quick with this one. But ultimately, I don't think that this Slopic will slow down anytime soon. I can see the Creator Clash stuff going on for a while yet, because the event at the end of the day isn't until October, and I can see there always being something else coming out of the woodworks to actually cover about this event, which I will be doing. But I really do appreciate the support on the iDubbbz content, and I really want to know what other Slopics you want me to cover. At the moment, the Slop has been pretty desperate because there is just genuinely nothing going on at the moment. It's been pretty quiet over the past couple of weeks, so I'd highly recommend you go down in the comments, not only comment down below your thoughts on iDubbbz and everything, but comment down below your thoughts and ideas about what you want me to cover. And again, I apologise for being ill this video. This video just genuinely couldn't wait. The content is too good. Thank you everybody for watching today's YouTube video. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next Slopic. Goodbye.